The ice groaned like a dying beast under the weight of human ambition. Dr. Eliza Vorn stood at the edge of the dig site, her breath fogging against the chilled visor of her helmet. Around her, dozens of scientists, engineers, and military personnel scurried like ants across the snowy expanse of the Arctic Circle. What they had found, frozen under kilometers of ancient ice, had halted all world governments in their tracks. A spaceship. Definitely alien, and older than the last ice age. This changes everything, murmured Dr. Kareem Baluch, her fellow xenolinguist and close friend, as they descended into the carved-out tunnel leading to the hull. The ship was unlike anything they'd seen, not the slick chrome of Hollywood fantasies, but a dark, organic material that pulsed faintly under touch. Its shape resembled a coiled nautilus, as if the very laws of geometry had been reinterpreted by a different mind. They called it the Leviathan. Inside, it was darker than space. The lighting system the crew brought flickered against walls that absorbed light like a black hole. The air was thin but breathable, astonishing, given its entombment for over 40,000 years. As they explored, the crew found more surprises. There were no signs of decay. And then they found the chamber. Elisa stepped in first, freezing mid-step. Her voice crackled over the comms. "Kareem, bring the others." Now. Rows upon rows of pods lined the walls. Inside them, creatures. Humanoid, yet wrong. Elongated limbs, bioluminescent veins. Metallic implants fused into their very bones. All of them lay in suspended animation, their eyes closed. Except for one, its eyes were open. Watching her, panic threatened to override reason, but Elisa's training kicked in. She snapped photos, recorded readings, and backed away. "Something's off," she whispered. "Kareem, get the translator ready." The alien's eye followed her, unblinking. Then it moved. The pod opened with a hiss of escaping pressure. Everyone backed away, weapons raised, but the alien didn't attack. It spoke not in words, but in a projection. Their minds filled with images, star charts, battles, destruction, and one repeating symbol, Earth. "They were coming for us," Kareem said, breathless. The alien stepped forward and collapsed. Back at the base. Dr. Eliza pored over the data. What the alien had shown them was terrifying, a war that had raged across galaxies. Earth had once been a battleground, thousands of years ago. Humanity had been involved. Somehow. We were part of a galactic civilization. A young intern asked. Elisa nodded. No, not just part. According to these records, humans were fear. That silenced the room. The alien awoke 3 days later in a sterile containment chamber. This time, it spoke real words, translated via the ship's technology. "You are the children of Terra," it said. "The forgotten flame." "I'm Dr. Eliza Vorn," she introduced herself. "We found your ship, and your people. They are soldiers, guardians. I am Jaltik, warden of the First Front. I was tasked with protecting the seed." "The seed?" she asked. "The spark of human defiance," Jaltik replied. "You do not remember, but once the galaxy feared you." The room went cold. "Explain." He did. Millennia ago, humanity had united under a single banner, wielding a technology that bent space and mind. They weren't conquerors. They were rebels. Against a tyrannical species known as the Valakar Dominion, humans had waged war, not for power, but for freedom. They had burned empires to ash. And then they vanished. "No record of this exists," Kareem whispered. "No ruins, no ancient tales, nothing in our DNA." "They buried it," Eliza said, realization dawning. "We buried ourselves." A weapon like that, memory itself, could only be hidden one way. Deep amnesia, possibly genetic. The cost of survival had been forgetting who they were. Jaltik pointed to the star map. "They're coming back. The Valakar." The ice cracked open for a reason. Within weeks, The world changed. The discovery was leaked. Public panic erupted. Conspiracies flourished. But more importantly, Jaltik's warning sparked a race. Scientists began working to decipher the ship's technology. And they succeeded. Faster than anyone expected, it was as if humanity was remembering. Reverse engineering energy weapons, gravity drives, shielding, things no one thought possible, became child's play for Earth's brightest. A genetic signal embedded in human cells began to activate. Old instincts, lost strength, the forgotten flame, had begun to burn again. When the Valakar arrived, massive, insectoid behemoths with high fleets that blotted out the stars. They expected an easy victory. What they found instead was Earth ready for war. Elisa watched from orbit, aboard the retrofitted Leviathan, now humanity's flagship. Below, nations once divided now fought as one. Not just soldiers, but awakened. Minds, the rebirth of an ancient force. Jaltik stood beside her, his voice grim. "Are you ready, child of Terra?" Eliza smiled. "We were born ready. We just forgot." The human fleet surged forward, tearing through the darkness like fire through dry leaves. Phi, humanity. F asterisk, yeah. Asterisk, asterisk. Because even the stars have forgotten what happens when humans remember who they truly are.